All right, this is in your book. This is, I forget which page, 270 something, 272 maybe? It's around there. Anyways, guys, the quadratic formula, we just derived it. You know where it came from. What I need to know is I need to make sure you understand where the A and the B and the C go if I had a real problem like these. Which one's which? What is the A? Okay, the A is a 1, B is 5, C is 6. And as you can tell, you're going to plug those in. The B's right there. Okay, here's your A and your C, and there's another A. Okay, I'm not going to spend a lot of detail with that, but just understand where those things go. Oops, wrong button. And we'll do an example. That's really all I got to do is we'll do an example. All right, so let's look at this. Before I'm ready to use the quadratic formula, I have to be in standard form. So what has to happen to the 11? Subtract the 11 from both sides. So that's going to give me x squared minus 4x minus 11 equals 0. I'm in standard form. I'm ready to go. I would like to identify A, B, and C just to make sure I know for certain what those are. So what's my A? A is 1. B? And C? All right, good. Now, here's the deal. Unless you absolutely already had that memorized and could have told that to me before I asked, then I would expect you to write the formula down, okay? And it just so happens I know a great little song. So, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, I know. So let's fill in the blanks. I've got negative b. Now what is the b? It's actually negative 4. Now that one lady in the video, she mentioned about using the word opposite instead of using the word negative. It doesn't matter to me. You can say this is opposite b, and the opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. Or you can leave it as a negative and plug in your negative 4, and what is negative negative? Positive. So it doesn't matter to me which way you think about it, as long as you get to the right part. This is going to be negative 4, or the opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. All right. I've got plus or minus the square root of. I've got b squared, which is, again, negative 4 squared, minus 4 times a times c, and my a was a 1, my c was a negative 11. All of that is divided by 2 times a, which we already know a is 1. I can't emphasize to you enough how important it is to write the formula down every time and then write the substitution down every time. Now, from here, whatever work you show from here on out really depends on your level of skill and how comfortable you feel. Personally, I like to write everything out, and I think most of you guys do too, and that's why you're good at what you do. But there's some things you can do in your head, and that's fine. But I would never shortcut this step with the formula, and I would never shortcut this step with the substitution. But from here on out, I'll do a little shortcutting. Negative 4, of course, is what? 4. Plus or minus the square root of, let's see if we can do all this on the inside. What's negative 4? Come on. What's negative 4 squared? Positive 16. And then I've got minus 4 times 1 times negative 11. So that's 16 plus 44, right? And 16 plus 44 is 60. All divided by, my 2 times 1 is 2. Okay? You know what I see happen so often? I see students go through and they get the negative b right, and they get the b squared minus 4ac right, and they forget on 2a. They forget to multiply by a. They get all the way to the very end and the simple little 2 times a, and they forget a. I mean, whenever a is 1, it's easy to forget about it, but if it's not 1, you gotta be careful. All right, we worked on these at the beginning of class. In my head, I need to deal with this. That's the square root of 60. It breaks down. What'll break down that 60? I need a perfect square. 30 and 2 is true, but neither one of those are perfect. So I need something different. 60 and 1 is also true, but neither one of those are perfect. 9 and... No, that doesn't work. 5 and 12 would work, and neither one is perfect. But how about 4 and 15? 4 and 15 will definitely give you 60, and I like that because the square root of 4 is really 2. So I need to take this and plug it back in. So that's going to give me 4 plus or minus 2 square root 15 all divided by 2. And can I do any simplifying? I can. 2 goes into this 4 and this 2 and this 2, so I can basically reduce those two fractions, right? And that's going to give me 4 divided by 2 is 2 plus or minus 2 divided by 2 is 1. Hey, go back. There we go. 2 divided by 2 is square root 15. And that's our answer. All right, looking at that second problem, can you tell me A, B, and C? A is 2, B is 10, and C is what? Okay, C is positive 11. How do I know it's positive 11? All right, because this is not equal to 0, so most of you in your head have already changed this to add 11 equals 0. All right, so now I'm good. I'm ready to go. Once again, I know a song to help me, so I'm going to row my boat here. Let's see. X equals opposite b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. All right, so good. I don't care which one that you remember, or either, or none. It doesn't matter. But you need to know this formula, so whatever it takes to know this formula. Fill in the blanks. X equals opposite b. What is that going to be? Opposite of 10 is negative 10, right? All right. Plus or minus the square root of 10 squared minus 4 times AC that was supposed to be right, divided by 2a. All right. Again, I can't emphasize enough. Know the formula, write it down. Know the substitution, write it down. From there on out, it really depends on your skill level and how comfortable you are with your simplifying. Opposite of b, or negative 10, plus or minus the square root of, let's see if we can do this all together. 10 squared is 100. Minus 4 times 2 times 11, so that's minus 88. So I got 100 minus 88, which is 12. Divided by 2 times 2 is 4. Deal with this in my head. What's the square root of 12 simplified? That's going to be 4 and 3, which is 2 radical 3, 2 square root 3. So that gives me x equals negative 10 plus or minus 2 radical 3 divided by 4. Will that simplify anymore? Okay, it will actually. Unlike the last problem, the last one, the 4 actually went all the way in, or the denominator went into the two numerators. This one, it doesn't go into it, but you can still reduce the fraction. 10 over 4 reduces. 2 over 4 reduces. So 2 goes into each of those. So that's going to be negative 5 plus or minus 1 square root 3 divided by 2.